My my old friend Grief is back. He comes to visit me once in a while, just to remind me that I am still a broken person. Surely there's been much healing, and surely, don't call me Shirley, I have adjusted to a world, this world, a world. But the truth is, we never completely heal. We never totally adjust to the loss of a major love. We'll be all right, but we will never be the same. So my old friend Grief chops in to say hello. Sometimes, sometimes he'll enter the door of my memory. Sometimes sneaks up on me, or I'll hear a certain song, or even look at a certain picture, and I'll remember how it used to be. Sometimes it brings a smile to my face. Sometimes it brings a tear. Sometimes a bark. Let me say that remembering is not it's not healthy. That we shouldn't dwell on thoughts that they make us sad. But the opposite is true. Grief revisited is grief acknowledged, and grief confronted is grief resolved. But if grief is resolved, then why do we still feel a deep sense of loss at anniversaries, holidays, and even when we least expect it? Why do we feel that lump in our throat even 6 years, 7 years, 8 years after the loss? It's because healing does not mean forgetting and moving on with life. It does not mean that we don't take part of the deceased with us. My old friend Grief doesn't get in the way of my living. Just wants to drop by and chat sometimes. In fact, grief has taught me over the years that if I try to deny the reality of a major loss, major loss in my life, I end up having to deny life altogether. Grief has taught me that although the pain of loss is great, I must confront it and experience it fully, or else risk emotional paralysis. Old grief has taught me that I can survive even great losses, and that although my world is very different after a major loss, it is still my world, and life is worth living. Grief has taught me that when I'm willing to be pruned by the losses that come, I can flourish again in season. Not in spite of the loss, but because of it. My old friend grief taught me the loss of a loved one does not mean the loss of love. For love is stronger than separation and longer than the permanence of death.